my name is John, and my channel is all about IPSC shooting. 2 years ago, I purchased a contour roam camera and mounted it to my Pelter ear protectors. It was at that time I started videoing my match shooting. About 1.5 years ago, I decided that I wanted to post them to YouTube, so I created this channel, Shooters Inc. It was always my intent to create a series of videos called IPSC Quick Tips. And in these videos, I would discuss various topics such as IPSC resource material, look at some books that have been written by some world-class shooters, some DVDs that could help you in training. This DVD series is produced by Saul Kirsch. It's called Masterclass. As well, look at some of the pieces of equipment that should be in a range bag. A lot of new shooters probably don't realize how important a mag brush is, and once they get into reloading, how important a squib tool can also be. I would also look at reviewing some of the action cameras. I have two. I've got the Contour Roam, and right now I'm using the Ion Air Pro 3 to video this session right now. Something else I thought I would go over would be shooting belts. There's a double alpha and Sayer speed belts. Point out the differences in them. Look at the different mag pouches that are available. These are Ghost Magnetic. These are Sayer Speed. Also look at the differences and the pros and cons between a full race holster, such as this one here. This is an SLB or USA a race holster, compared to running a Blade Tech rather than a full out race holster. This is a Ghost holster, and it's called the One. That's my newest holster, which I've purchased, and I'm using that right now with my 6-hour 1911 Max 45 for Classic Division. So there's plenty of things to talk about. So I intend to pick a subject and make a video on it. If there is anything you'd like discussed, I look forward to seeing comments and requests in regards to some equipment to review, or perhaps some pistols to look at. There's a number of pistols out there that guys are using, everything from 6-hour 1911 Max to the Shadow CZ75 SP01. My own standard division gun is a Tanfoglio limited custom, and that's 40 Smith & Wesson. And there's a piece of equipment that a lot of new shooters don't know about, the speed pedal or thumb rest. That's something else, the pros and cons that could be discussed about that. The equipment that I have, I've purchased because I believed it was the best. It was the best I could afford in some cases, but for the most part, the equipment that I'll be reviewing over these series of videos will likely be good reviews, because they are pieces of equipment that I believe are good, and that's the reason why I purchased them. Some other things that I'll be going over are training tips, reviewing particular techniques, table pickups as an example, or why should you be doing your mag change up in your workspace up here, around your mouth area, and not down by your belly. So we'll be talking about different skills and techniques. As well, I'll cover things like little things like this, or maybe not so little, that you can use as in your dry fire training. This is a homemade target stand using the mini IPSC targets, and I set these up throughout the house in the basement so that I can practice dry fire. It just adds a little more realism. Something else I'll likely cover will be the benefits of using airsoft guns that actually have recoil to them. So this has a full action, and it is identical in weight and size to my own standard gun, my Tanfoglio Limited Custom. So again, using something like an airsoft gun with blowback action as part of your dry fire training could be very beneficial. Do take the time to read the video description, as I'll likely post web links and other pieces of information that may not have necessarily come out in the video, especially if I thought afterwards that I left something very important out. I'll make sure that I put it in the video description and update the video description as well if I think that there was something else I should have mentioned. Thanks very much for watching Shooters Inc. And stay tuned for our next episode where I'll cover IPSC resources, books and DVDs which will help you become a better shooter and better competitor.